Hey everybody, long time no see. I had a pretty unintentional / intentional YouTube break. Haven't really filmed a video, I think, since October or November, and I feel really badly about that. But something about winter and cold, and I really wasn't doing much. I was just working a ton of hours, and there are definitely some things that have happened around here that I'm going to go around and show you guys, just to let's catch up, see where we are now, and get going on what we're doing. But yeah, it's just winter was hard. It was a lot of either working many hours or being in bed a lot because just the cold and the dark just don't play well with me. And so not a lot got done in the house. I will show you the one thing that was recently accomplished, but for the most part it's pretty much where it was back in the fall. I remember showing you Corey and Cedric, my first two goats, and you got a quick glimpse of my two new goats who really, they've only been here maybe 3 weeks less than the other two, so they're not really new. But I'm going to show you those two goats and, you know, the other things that have gone on around here, because while I say that nothing much has been done and nothing much has been going on, there have been progressions and there have been things added and new things. And so we're going to go around and check out the status, and then we're going to talk about what's coming up, because it's time. It is gardening time. It is gardening on my own property time. Oh my goodness. Not to mention animals and all sorts of fun stuff. So let's go take a look. We're going to start in the goat pen. I've just sat down and you can see I am already covered in the whole herd here. We have Corey, who wants to give me kisses. Oh, Corey. Sweet, sweet Corey with her beautiful blue eyes and gorgeous makeup. We have Cedric, who is always in the lap, wants attention, affection all the time. And these are the new goats who are not new, and that is Stella and Honey. Honey is still a little timid, even though she's been here forever. She's just kind of now starting to tolerate pets and loves. And Corey is eating my hair again. My God, she's such a love bug. Ooh, 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 something is happening. I hear that beeping. Oh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. That is 2 yards of black gold. That is some really, oh, this is some really nice compost. Oh, that is fantastic. Yay! I don't have any garden beds built yet, but I have one more small raised bed in the house. I need to top off that bed that I didn't quite fill. I didn't want to buy any more bagged soil, man. That's just so expensive. This stuff as it is was expensive because then you got to pay for delivery, and compost up here is so much more expensive than where I used to live. I could get a yard of compost for 30 bucks. Now it has gone up. So the place that I used to get it from in Massachusetts, the compost is now $40 a yard. Here it's 55, and but 2 yards of compost, I can grow things now. So I'm probably gonna plant some seeds by the end of the day. I do have that one raised bed put together. I was using it as a chick brooder, but now I can bring it out. I'll fill it with some of the hay and manure and all that from the goat pen, and then I'll fill compost in on top of it, and it'll be good to go. Woohoo! Speaking of chicks, let's go check that out. I think we've got their attention. In here I have 4 different layer chicks, and I also have 4 meat chicks. And I know they say don't put the meat chicks in with the layer chicks because the meat birds will just run right over your layer chicks. Well, the layers are about 5 weeks old, almost 6 weeks old. They're almost fully feathered, so they're gonna go outdoors pretty soon, and then the 3-week-old meat chicks will just have the rest of the space to themselves, and I'm gonna build them a chicken tractor. Yes, I only did 4 meat birds for now, just to start. My friend Stephanie at Parsley Farm has a round of meat chicks going as well, and when they're ready, I'm gonna bring my 4 down and we're gonna process them together, which is really cool. She has done meat birds before, but doing the full processing from start to finish is not something she's done yet. And I know I'm not super experienced at it yet myself, but thanks to Jack from the Mindful Homestead showing me how to process chickens last year, I'm pretty confident I can take her through how to take out the insides and all of that, which is really the part that she's struggling with. So that's going to be awesome. Because the laying hens are pets as much as they are food producers, I do have a naming theme for them, and that is classic TV women. So right here we have Ginger the Buff Orpington, and behind her is Marianne the Plymouth Blue. Up in front we have Gladys, like Gladys Kravitz, who is a silver-laced Wyandotte, and then behind her we have Louise. Woo! We have Louise in the back there, who is a black Australorp. Here we have some chickens enjoying a dust bath. These are red stars. We thought they were whiting true greens until they started laying brown. And then we have Dorothy there hiding, the Easter egger. Here comes Maud, who is a Cuckoo Marans. We have Sophia, who is one of our original Golden Girls. See, then here in the barn we have Stanley, our rooster. He is an Easter egger crossed with a Mystic Marans. We have Blanche, and then the gold-laced Wyandotte over there, that is Edith. I did have 14 laying hens, but unfortunately we had a fox attack a couple of weeks ago, and it hit us a couple of times. So I finally stopped playing free-range roulette. And the chickens kind of hate me now, but I have finished enclosing their run. This is all enclosed with hardware cloth, and it's nice and secure. The one thing that I have left to do, the only thing I have left, is this panel up here. I've got to take that down, and I've got to install their window. It's a window that will be able to open, and there will be hardware cloth behind it so that they can have that open when it's hot out for a nice breeze. So some light, some air, and they'll be safe. I do have them free ranging around for a few minutes though, just while I'm out here to supervise Corey. You know, if I was gonna do a blooper reel, that would be one of them. So just as an aside, one of my goats here is pregnant, but I'm not going to tell you which one until the video I do on the goats later this week. Yep, one of our goats is pregnant. She is due to kid in 6 weeks and a day. Of course, it's never that exact. We'll be sitting here twiddling our thumbs and waiting, but that's about when she's due. So fingers crossed that everything goes well. It's so nice out today. It's 65 degrees and bright sun. It's fantastic. Makes me feel so good. But it does get a little hot when you're not used to it. You're used to 40 degrees. So we're gonna grab a piece of shade under my pile of pallets here. This is future extended fencing for the goats. The pallets honestly are keeping the goats in very, very well. We don't have escapes, which is really great. And now that I've said that, they're going to escape. But so far so good. You know, it's been nearly a year using pallet fencing for Nigerian dwarf goats, and it's gone just fine. So I'm really excited about that. But I do need more fencing. I do need more space because there are going to be more goats. One of my goats, as I said, is pregnant. And so we're going to keep one doe from this pairing as long as she gives me does. The bucklings are going to be weathered. She is a first freshener. And until you see how that udder matures and how the mom matures and all of that, you don't want to sell a buckling. 99% of males should be wethers anyway. So you want to be really selective about which ones you leave intact to be a breeding buck. And for the first round of kids, especially from these goats where I don't really know, you know, what they're going to produce, we're gonna weather those kids. But I am gonna keep one doe to raise up, and so that's gonna move my herd to 5. We are also getting a breeding buck from an amazing farm, and this buck, oh my goodness, he is a proven buck. He's got show wins, and his daughters have developed very, very nicely, so he's a proven sire. It's just he's too related to most of the goats at that herd, so he's not really got a job there anymore. So she wanted to find him a good herd that he could make an impact at, and that he was going to fit into the right home, and she selected us. So yeah, got an amazing buck. So we're gonna have Rebel come in June to live here. So about right where I'm sitting is where I'm going to build the buck pen. And this is all temporary because eventually we are going to build a barn up here. It's just it's going to be a year or so of saving before that happens, but this will be just fine. We're going to build a nice buck pen up here. Cedric is going to come be Rebel's buddy, and we will trade off times when they can be in the big pasture that I'm going to create in between, and then the ladies are going to be trading off up here and down in the back of the property, where we're going to clear a whole bunch of area there for pasture eventually as well, which is really great. So there's my pallet pile. And let's see, I've got some vinyl siding there that I picked up, but we had a windstorm, so it's been blown around, and all this other stuff. So we've got to do some major spring cleaning here pretty soon. Just winter, you know, everything gets so messed up and everywhere. So that's one thing. And then inside the house, I will show you the one thing that's actually been done. We'll take a quick stop on the porch and I'll show you a coming soon project that I'm definitely going to film. That is, don't mind the state of the porch, it's the collection spot for everything, but I've got a nice piece of countertop, and here I've got a Home Depot cabinet. It's an unfinished cabinet. I'm going to paint it one of probably 3 shades of blue that I've got samples for. And we're gonna skip through my house because my living room is a mess and I'm not showing you that. But I bring you through in here just to show you that I did accomplish something. I got the room partially painted. I ran out of steam at some point and I just could not bring myself to paint anymore. But I will get there. I will get there because I finally, as you can see, I've got my bed in here. I was sleeping on a twin size bed, and that plus animals just was not working. So I've got my bed in here finally. And because I had to move in the bed, I had to finish the flooring. So the flooring in here is done. That's at least one thing knocked off the house list. And we can't forget Mia. Hi, Mimi. Oh, hi, Mia. Oh, I love this dog. I love this dog, and this dog loves me. You love me? You love me? Yes. You're such a sweet old lady. And of course, Bug, the famous mama kitty. Hello, Buggy Bug. She's enjoying a nice lounge session on the bed. She and me, I get along quite well. And Sable is out because I kicked him out because he wants to be a house cat and he's getting so fat. Yeah, so I kick him out when it's nice to try and remind him that he is, in fact, a cat. And he should go do cat things, I guess. Okay, we're back to the shade of the pallet stack, and I want to return to talk about the fox attack. One of the things that led to having the fox issue was that I was letting the chickens free range, and that fox figured out exactly my schedule, when the birds got let out, when I left them alone, and it would hit at that exact time. Now the fox flew over those pallet fences like nothing. I swear it like grew wings and flew. Didn't stop him or slow him down for a second. One of the long-term plans that I've had for livestock protection here has been to get a livestock guardian dog, and they are expensive because you want actual livestock guardian breeds. You want to make sure that they come from a working lineage because, you know, the pet lines, they still have some of those instincts, but, you know, they do kind of start losing them when they've just been bred for show and bred for show and bred for show. They start to, on some of those natural instincts. So they can be expensive. It's not uncommon to see a livestock guardian puppy going from anywhere from $1,500 up to $3,000. And that was not in the cards for me. I got really lucky though, and I found somebody in Maine who had a litter of pups and they weren't asking an arm and a leg for them. So for much, much less than I was thinking I was gonna have to save up for and pay, we have our first livestock guardian dog. This is Astrid. Astrid is 3/4 Anatolian Shepherd and 1/4 Great Pyrenees and 100% love bug. Oh, she is a little over 4 months old right now and already tipping the scales at about 50 pounds. She is going to be a very, very big girl. And she is unlike any other puppy that I have experienced ever. She is super chill. She tested highest out of her entire litter in her guardian tendencies. And it's really been great. Like, she doesn't have a resource guarding issue with food or anything like that, but she has learned where the lines of the property are, and she naturally just defends, but she is very friendly. She just wants to be like, hey, are you supposed to be here? And then when I tell her it's okay, it's a friend, she chills, and she is friendly right off from there. It's so funny to think that at 4 months old, she is this big, but she's the runt of the litter. When she was about 12 pounds at 9 weeks old, her brothers and sisters were tipping the scales at close to 20. She has, I think, probably done a lot of catching up to them because she's a big girl. She is long and lanky and very Anatolian Shepherd-like in her build. I mean, that makes sense because it's 3/4 versus the 1/4 that's Great Pyrenees. But so far, she's working out really well. I have been raising her in the house, which there are a few different camps on how to raise a livestock guardian dog. And I'm kind of doing a hybrid of a couple different methods. Some people like to just take their puppy, put them straight out with the livestock, and that can be dangerous because you're not around to supervise, and they can develop some very bad habits like trying to play with the goats, chasing the chickens. She's already got a little bit of a bad habit that she picked up from the neighbor's dog. He's a healer and he runs loose, so he's here all the time, and that is great because it helps her get out her puppy energy, so when it's time to train, she's more focused. But he also is a chicken chaser, and he taught her in one unfortunate incident that chicken chasing is fun. She has not caught chickens, but he has, and I was not happy to see that. So that one run chasing chickens, and we have some work to do as far as undoing that. But with the goats, she learned respect for them almost immediately because Stella tried to unalive her. Stella is the fight me goat. She will battle with everything that is new and unfamiliar to her. Surprising that she's not the herd queen. The herd queen is still Corey. She rules the roost. But Stella is the I will fight you, do not mess with me goat. And yeah, it's kind of hilarious. But she definitely taught Astrid some respect early on, and so she does not try to play with the goats. She does not try to romp with them, but she does like them, and she likes to hang out with them now that the goats have kind of chilled out and gotten used to her being around. So she spends most of her days outside with the goats for now. When we first got her, it was very, very cold out. We were having single digits and teens. And so I didn't want to put a puppy out there because she had been whelped inside the house. So she had never been outside, never experienced cold. I didn't want to throw her right out there. So she comes in at night, but now this last week or so, she's spending most of her time in the goat pen. And that is working very well, but the goat pen is small, so I can tell she's bored. The goats are bored. It's just a dry lot. There really isn't much for them to do in here except, you know, sit around. I have a couple of, you know, things in there for them to lay on and stuff like that, but it's not really that fun, especially when right outside their pen, they've got a whole jungle gym of logs. So that's what a lot of these pallets up here are for. I'm going to extend their play space so that they can come and play on these logs, and they'll have all this area between here and those pallets. And then about, we're gonna take it out. So if we're at the edge of the fence here, we're gonna take it out to about here, which is about 10 feet out. And then we're gonna go about, I think this was 30 feet up this way. And then from up here, which will be the corner of the pen, so you can see it, they're all the way down there. And then we will take it to just about to where that bush is there. So they're gonna have a much larger space to roam pretty soon. And then this area back here is going to be the garden. So, woo. Yeah. So that's about where we are right now. We're getting ready. We're kicking into high gear. We've got soil. Ah. That's the thumbnail. But yeah, we've got soil. We've got things starting to bud out. Like here we've got the mock orange, the beautiful lilac bush. I love this lilac bush so much. I'm gonna have to trim some of it off because I can see some of it is dead. Some of it is old growth. So we're gonna trim some of this, but it's gonna be like this. This is very leafy, so that's gonna be awesome. The big giant lilac I needed to trim so much of because it's very tall. Let's see if I can. It's 15 plus feet up there. But some of the trimming has already been done for me. We had a windstorm, like I said, and a big branch snapped. So we've got another branch on the other side that snapped as well. We're gonna take care of that. But actually, I'm really excited. I just got a bunch of pots, and I'm gonna take all of these lilac suckers and I'm gonna pot them up. We're gonna find where exactly the property line is behind me here, and it's somewhere between the compost pile and the truck, and I think it's closer to the truck or maybe under the truck. I'm not sure, but along the property line I'm gonna put a hedge of baby lilac plants, and so that's gonna grow up, and eventually it's gonna be a privacy hedge. And it's only because I feel bad that every time I shoot, you know, I've got somebody else's house in the background and nobody wants that. So I'm gonna work on that. It's gonna take a while for it to grow up and all of that, but I think once it's separated from the mother plant, they'll grow faster and bigger, and that's gonna be pretty awesome. The shade of the pallet pile is the place to be, apparently. But that's everything caught up to where we are now. We've got a livestock guardian dog who is amazing. She's going to be great. She's got some really great instincts. We have more chickens, we have goats, we have a goat that is going to have babies soon. We've got soil for raised garden beds. Let's see, did I miss everything? I've got the floor down in my bedroom. I've got some baby chicks, some meat chicks. We're gonna do more meat chicks. Oh, I have eggs in an incubator. Chick Cozy sent me an incubator to check out, and it's pretty awesome. So between then and now, if you want to order an incubator, you can use the code AWESOME5 at Chick Cozy and save 5%. Yay. I'm loving the new incubator so far. I'm gonna do my review on it probably in 2 separate videos. So how easy it was to set up, which it was, spoiler, and what we've got in the incubator, what we're hatching out. Oh, I may be getting turkeys this weekend. That's going to be fun, and that may be a totally separate video because I'm going to go visit one of my YouTube friends to get some turkeys. We're causing some mischief at my friend's house, which is going to be extra fun, and she doesn't even know why, but it's going to be extra fun. And you guys will get in on that secret after she does. But yeah, this so much. Lots of videos coming. I am pumped to be filming at like full speed again. It's just, I don't know, winter is so tiring. It just takes everything out of you. And I don't know. I think the break from filming was good for me because now I'm back, I'm energized. It's not like, oh, what am I gonna film? Well, I have a million things to film. I have a buck pen build, I have a fence build, I have getting the property cleaned up, I have making some raised beds, I have the meat chicks, I have mischief, finishing the chicken coop, fencing the new pasture down in the back and clearing it with the goats having babies, new goats coming to the farm, because this is a secret, but now it's not a secret. But I don't just have Rebel coming to the farm, I have 2 baby goats coming to the farm about the same time Rebel does, sometime in June, maybe July. It all depends on when they're weaned. But yeah, so we're getting a buck and a buckling and a new doe. And then it will grow again next spring when all 3 adult does kid. And I had another doe offered to me the other day, and if I could find a way to purchase her, I would. We'll see what happens with that, but I still need plumbing in my kitchen, so I think that's the main focus. I've got windows to put in, I've got plumbing to put into the kitchen, I've got a kitchen remodel. So there's a million things going on right now. I've got 2 other videos half filmed. That's going to be all about the goats and all about the incubator. And then we're going to get on this build and the kitchen build, because the kitchen build has to come next, because I can't wait to have a countertop again. Huh. So yeah, I'm excited. Are you excited? I'm excited. Woo! All right, I will see you guys in my next video, and I promise it will be soon. Okay? Bye-bye.